is make the blocker. This is going to go on the bottom of the screen, and it's going to block the ball from going off the bottom of the screen, sending it back either to the top of the screen or the left and the right. So in this particular case, we're going to need some global variables. So the global variables up here are the private double X position and the Y position, although the Y position of the paddle will not move. And also we have the X velocity, how much the paddle moves to the left and right, and there will be no up and down. This will just be a left and right paddle. So then we have the constructor. The constructor is sitting here, and this will set up the default values. So public, and it is always the name of the class that it is in, public blocker. And then what you said here is, okay, I will make the position. The position will be somewhere on the screen. I don't want it too far to the left, too far to the right. And to make it more of a game, I'll make it random. So it'll start at different places when the game starts. So I'll give it some random number between 0 and 299 plus 100. So it's not too far to the left. It will start at least 100 pixels up to all the way about 400 pixels. Then the Y position, I'm going to put the paddle at the bottom of the screen, but not too far off. So I'm going to put it at 650. And the X velocity. Initially, the velocity will be 0. It will not be moving when the game starts. To make it move, what we will have is the keystrokes, A and D. A will move it to the left, D will move it to the right. So we sit here, we're going to get the getter methods. These will be the methods that control what in the ball blocking game, how it knows where the blocker is, where it's X position and Y position. So what you do is you do public, and now double get X position. Now you may be thinking, don't we have a get X position in the ball class? Well, because an object will be calling this the blocker, that is completely different than the method get X position in the ball class. The objects only have access to it. That is the point of the private and then publicly calling these methods. Now, because get X position is going to return a double, we have to return a double here, which is just the X position. And then we will do public double get Y position. And then we will return Y position. So when we draw this on the screen, this is how we're actually going to draw it on the screen, and this will also be how we check the collision. So we'll draw the X position, draw the Y position. Now, the last piece, and this is going to be the most difficult to see right now, where we're going to have a setter method here. 2 slashes, setter method. These are usually where we just do some sort of logic, not returning anything, but do something. And we'll actually, when we press A and D, it's going to send information over here, what key we pressed. Now the game, ball blocking game, that's going to be where the keys are red. Over here is where the paddle gets moved, or the blocker. So I do void because we're not returning anything. That's what the setter does. It sets a value. And what you traditionally do is you say set X velocity. You usually say the word set, although it can be any word. That's your choice. And convention is that it starts with a lowercase s. And here what we do is we say the X position equals X position plus X velocity. And do not forget, you could write this, that exact same line, X position plus equals X velocity. The second one is a little more shorthanded. You can't do this twice, either way, but most people end up coding it the second way. And now this is all the blocker will be. The next video will show how to put the ball and the blocker onto the screen and start creating game.